afternoon, I finally got to see the specialist that is a OBGYN surgeon that it can remove this from my body. We can't do the surgery until some other things are resolved in my body, but I asked him how big it was, and he said he didn't really know yet because they didn't take measurements at the ER. And I was like, they didn't? And then I was like, well, can we get the CAT scan from November and see if it's gotten bigger from then to now? And he said it's most likely hasn't grown at all. They usually don't. However, you know what can make it grow? A hormonal imbalance, more hormones than used to. Also, pregnancies will start feeding it the same way your body feeds the pregnancy and makes it grow. That's what it'll do with the cyst. So I don't know why he's saying these things. Well, then he was like, well, let me look in the paperwork. Oh, I see a measurement here. Oh. So then after giving me multiple different answers, I don't know how big it is. It's not bigger than 5 centimeters. The hospital didn't give a measurement when they gave you a CAT scan. And then he flips through paperwork. Oh, right here it says it's 7 centimeters. Excuse me, what? So I looked up, because he said it grows slowly and usually won't. But I looked up how slow does it grow. I am struggling so bad right now to get the green screen to work, and it's only recording 5 seconds at a time. So I will put this right here. So the doctors told me, multiple of them now, that it's almost like they're misleading me. They're giving me misinformation, or like they just don't know the information, and so they're just like making assumptions about my condition because they don't know what taking like 4 minutes of research to educate themselves on something that they might not know that much about means to a doctor. That would be like crushing their tiny little ego. I mean, their huge inflated fucking ego. Okay, anyways, so they said that it rarely grows or it's slow growing. No one's told me like how slow. And are you going to say that mine is slow growing? Have you? Because I've asked, and recently I was in the ER. I've been in the ER a few times now from just all the symptoms it causes, and then I become really dehydrated and like I'm sick after days, and then I get fixed again, and then I relapse into sickness over and over again, basically when my constipation becomes so bad that I'm puking because this thing is causing GI issues like really, really bad, and then I'm puking all day, like 4 times an hour from 4 in the morning until 6 in the evening when I'm in the ER, and then they give me some bags and hydrate me and stuff, and I'm feeling better. And I was like, before I was about to faint. So like I have been sick as a motherfucker, and it's frustrating because the thing that would resolve these issues is if they would fucking remove it. But anyways, they cannot tell me how fast it's grown, and have not been willing to do the work it would take, which means going to look at, I had a transvaginal sonogram in September in Kansas. They would need to pull that record and then look at the CT scan and sonogram that was done in St. Luke's Hospital in November when they ignored me and said nothing was there. And then again, a sonogram that I had about 5 months ago when they said there was no issue, and then about 6 months later I find out there's a lot been happening. And anyways, and then so there's like a handful, there's at least 4 sonogram pictures, and then recently with the last 3 ER visits, more sonogram pictures. So if they line all of those up like a good doctor should, they'll be able to get those measurements and see, has it gotten bigger and at how fast? Because how fast is too fast? If it grows slow, how slow? So I looked that up, and it's this: 1 to 2 mm, and an mm is like a tiny little piece of a centimeter, and we know that a centimeter is a tiny little piece of an inch. So together he said 7 mm. He rounded up, he said it's about the size of his index finger. Yes, recently, last week actually, I was told that my cyst in my ovarian tube is about this fucking big. I looked up how many 1 to 2 mm is in 7 centimeters. 70. So it's only supposed to grow 1 to 2 mm a year if it's growing slowly. It's grown 70 mm. It's caused torsion multiple fucking times. I have multiple times been like, there is something inside of me that is trying to get out. It is moving my body parts. It is hurting me severely. Ignored. Yeah. So That's really frustrating that they won't even do the work that it would take to be a legitimate fucking doctor. It's frustrating. They just prescribe me over-the-counter medication for diarrhea and nausea and all this shit, and I'm like, that's a band-aid fix. Why don't you remove the thing that's causing the symptoms? Because these are just supposed to be taken for temporary issues. This isn't going to resolve in 2 weeks, bro. And then the last time I got it, I'll go into that next week, because I got it measured again, and they said some fuck shit that would tell me they know nothing about a dermoid cyst. Nothing. Like, they don't know what they're talking about. And I'm tired of doctors talking about something they don't know anything about. If it's not your specialty, why are you trying to treat something you don't know how to treat? It's so frustrating. Like, the only thing they know how to do is remove it. They don't know how it affects the body or how it's affected me, and refuse to validate the experience I've had with this. So, yes, it is 5:30 in the morning, and I didn't get to go on my walk this morning because my daughter woke up and then she fell out of sleep. So I'm just gonna sit in my bathtub and like dance my rage out. And I woke up not nauseous today, so that's awesome, because I've been feeling so sick for months that on the days I feel good, it's like hard not to just shake my booty and like go off, you know, because when you're dealing with sickness so often, take the days that you have where you feel good as like God sent. Okay, we're gonna live it up today. I had onion rings last night, and I was so afraid of puking now, and I didn't. I woke up and I was like, my belly's still full on the onion rings. Yeah, also, by the way, I get full really, really quickly, and shit is not emptying out the way it's supposed to. So I just feel full after a snack for like 8 hours later. And that's frustrating. And then doctors are like, you need to gain weight. And I'm like, I can't even gain weight when nothing is like I'm puking and I'm sick all the time. Like, I was up to 124, and after like 4 months of being nauseous, 5 months nearly, I dropped to 114. And it's like, man, I was up to like that 126, 129, you know, point where my doctor was like, yes, that's your like healthy weight. And I was like, also, you know what's a healthy weight? 125 for me when I'm really, really fit and like really active. And I cut back on my like exercise a lot more, mostly because I'm too sick to fucking exercise. But the inflammation in my body, just exercise just sends me into pain flare-ups more. So yeah, it's been frustrating not being able to move around as much and express myself the way I usually do, because I'm a very like usually active person, especially with my ADHD. When I'm weighed down by like sickness, and then my ADHD is still like, it's almost like I'm being suppressed. So on the days I feel good, it's like I got a burst of energy, because this is how my body naturally is, and these are things I do. Jazz hands, happy hands, right? These are things I do to regulate my nervous system. And yeah, I'm talking really fast, and this is why I don't live with people most of the time, because they don't want to hear you talk this fast at 5:30 in the fucking morning and tell you about all your dreams that you had. So yeah, anyways, this is not mania, this is ADHD, and I'm not bipolar, bitch. I just have a dermoid cyst that's probably been causing hormonal imbalances since I was a child, because one of the symptoms that doctors still have not told me about that I found out myself was that a dermoid cyst, which you're born with, it's in your ovaries, and it can become activated in childbearing ages, or when you become pregnant, and then those hormones will trigger it and make it start growing, even the postpartum hormones. And if you have PCOS, that for sure can make it grow. PCOS is polyovarian cystic polyovarian cystic syndrome. So the cyst causing the issue. Sorry, I'm just like really proud, because here like for 18 months I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck, doc? What the fuck is this? I'm not gonna stop until I have fucking answers, and I have answers. I'm still on raging about it, but here I am. And the reason it's doing that is because of the hormonal balance I have, or that it could be secreting hormones that are causing all the other issues. I asked him, so is this why I've been in pain all this last year? He said, no.